sentimental and technical video for the Quantity B service for the 20th of May 2021. You'll note that we've got Euro USD as a buy. However, we had the ECB today, and also the Fed did some tapering hints. So that's possibly, well, it should be USD positive. So we've got fundamental forces in play, which makes me think that this might not be a good trade. So I'm going to show you why I'm a bit apprehensive about about this particular pair, where we get there. And it's actually breaking pitchfork. So I'll show you that. Let's go here. No, not this one. This one. First of all, just check Bitcoin. And so what's happening here, it's your diagonal. So that level of interest, if you're bullish or bearish, you kind of want it above 41,499. This dotted line is the 100% fib at 39923, and this red is support, and that's the 61.8 fib extension. And I think what's going to happen is that we'll come down and we'll do this. So you see how we're below this particular fib, and so I think we're going to come down, and it's going to really cause a lot of panic because everyone's thinking, oh my god, it's going to fall again. This is going to be like the true flush out. I don't know if it's going to break below that, but I think we're going to do something like this, okay, and then it will come up, and we potentially hit that as resistance. So I don't know if we're going to come up to those highs too soon, because I think what will happen is that we'll do this and we'll hit resistance on this diagonal, and we have to remember, you know, it's 5 years. How old are we? That's 4 years old up there, so you know it's quite strong. And just quickly look at the Euro USD, and I'll explain why. We've got a bearish ABCD on the hourly, and we're going to break pitchfork at 12179. We're at 12179 now, and we can fall and get the SLC, I think. And we might even come down even further. We have to be careful because of the central bank talk. We had the Fed yesterday, and we've got ECB today, and it all depends what happens with the ECB meeting, and you know, it's going to be a battle of the central banks, and it could be that the Fed are going to, you know, they'll win this particular battle because the tapering is going to be risk off, and the dollar's going to strengthen because it's a safe haven. So I think this is going to be it could be a bad signal if we were to take it. If you did want to take it, SLC below is 12155, so you could potentially place an order to buy, knowing that this is where the guys are going to get stopped out, and you can place a position there. We've got resistance at 12196 and support resistance at 12179. And the SLC above is just above the high at 12250. So you could place a buy order. You could maybe open at market, but I'm not sure because the fundamental narratives, like I just explained, so it could be quite bearish, this one. And they're going slightly long too. Just ever so slightly, not much in it to be honest, but that is them going long over time. Here on that candle, they went long, and we've got MR1, which is that red line. So you know, things are lining up quite bearish perhaps, so do take care. And GU was the largest mover for a sell as well. So let's go through the SLCs. Not AU, we need to start with AJ. So we're descending. You know, I've got a pitchfork descending channel. The one above is at MR1 at 85.20. One below is 84 on the dot, so that's easy. And sideways, but like I said, it's descending there. Likewise, descending pitchfork, and we've got resistance there at 77.52. One above is 77.60. One below is 76.70. And note that the Australian dollar bubble is in strong sell, as like Kiwi as well, the New Zealand dollar. They're both strong sell, so that's indicating that we go risk off today. And especially if that dollar bubble comes down, and that's going to be quite risk off on the currencies. So be careful. EA, it's done a little bit thing similar to Bitcoin on the weekly. See how we broke the pitchfork and we're coming back down again. One above is okay. Won't let me load it. 158, and one below is 15580. We are a buy, and they shorted it here. You can see how it's mirror image, and they shorted it again there, so it comes up. So very, very cool. But get a copy of the ratios. They're very, very handy. Covered this already. I think it's going to be potentially quite heavy after the ECB. So I'm not going to release it into Telegram. But if you did want to take it, that could be a good entry. It's completely up to you. I'm not going to take it. GU. This is a diagonal that we're broken, so 14125, and that corresponds to the SLC. And I'll zoom out and we can see the diagonal in play. And that corresponds to the SLC, the stop loss cluster, exactly. So that's going to be very interesting. 14125, and the one below is 14093. We are a buy, but they went long dynamically, and there's that shift, and we hit MR1. So we had MR1 resistance, and then them guys going long at that point. So it's like a double resistance. That's like a dynamic indication of a sell, and we had the resistance and the price rejection, which is a technical sell. NU 71.90, one below 71.45. We are a buy. They went long. If they continue, then we can fall. So remember to keep an eye on the dynamic movement. This is much more powerful than this. So we had a new subscriber to the QuasiDB service, and he's just purely looking at this. But you need to look at the movement across time. This doesn't tell you all that much. This tells you volumes. Literally speaking, and no pun intended, but that tells you like the dumb money flow. EJ, hopefully it loads. Oh, do a mouse on it again. Okay, it's funny it does that. 133.50 and 132.60. We are a buy, very, very skewed. So it could come up just to punish those guys, and then it could fall. So I think maybe the SLC potentially. Pound yen. So this is still in beast mode. 154.60. 153.45. We're a buy sideways. There's your monthly pivot there. There's MR1, and we could come up to MR2 to be honest. But this will fall potentially if GU falls. So keep an eye on your cable. Dolly, yeah, and this is monthly pivot. So you want to keep an eye on 109.22. SLC above is 109.35, 108.30, and 50-50 pretty much. So yeah, it's quite tricky to sentimentally forecast, but that's your monthly pivot, that's your technical resistance. So it's a sell below MP, monthly pivot. Dollar CAD, so we've got a big downtrend. These shift channels. SLC is 121.62, and below is 119.99, so 1.12 pretty much. Sell, and at that point it became a sell. So this is the move from the Bank of Canada, and it really fell after that. They were really hawkish. Dollar Swiss, that's done a bit weird. Okay, so this is quite a strong bat formation. Above is 90.60, and there isn't a validation zone on there either, which is very unusual. The one below is 86.90. Usually Zoop calculates these harmonics and it's got an invalidation box. This one hasn't got one. So I guess if we crack that high, then it invalidates this bearish bat. But yeah, this could be quite bearish potential. So if you wanted to know where to target it using these fibs, just use a Fibonacci tool. Wonder if it's going to let me do it. And then have it as black. I don't know why it does that. So you can just simply, so if you wanted to short this, which would make sense because it's sentimental to sell, you could just simply target the 23.6 or the 38.2. See, that might make sense. And that, oh no, oh no, I am tired. But yeah, you see what I'm trying to get at there. It's just trying to get confluence levels. So that could be a good buy area or sell to that support potentially, or it could even come down to the 61.8 there. But anyway, yeah, so you get the idea how to use harmonics. You just use zigzags and you can apply Fibonacci to the zigzag in order to know where to target. So any one of these could be good buy zones, buy opportunities. But sentimentally, we're a sell. So gold, 1895 and 1850. So it's easy to remember. Technically, we're strong because we had the bullish dragon, which is the diagonal break, and see it hit again, and then we finally broke out, and then that could have been your entry, and so how that works. And we're above monthly pivot as well, and MR3, which would indicate it's overbought if it exceeds MR3. So, monthly resistance free. So there's your median line and MR3 confluence at 1902 ish. So I'll wrap up now. I stayed up again doing crypto. So, but it's good because FX market's quiet over Asia, so it allows you to focus on crypto, and so you can make some nice profits while the FX markets are quiet. So that's what I've been doing. It's been quite good, and you use the Zoop indicator for the crypto. It works really well. So I'll close now. Let me know if you need any charts. I'm gonna have another nap, and I'll speak to you soon.